In our last video, while we were discussing with the build step creation, we saw like we were using the VM image of Ubuntu latest. So if I want to run this particular code in what is called as Windows operating system, I can do that as well. And now you may be wondering like where I'm actually getting all these different kinds of self-hosted or the hosted images. So for seeing that, you actually can go to your project that you have. So I can directly go to the project. I can just open into a new tab here, and then I can go to this particular settings, and you can go to this what is called as an agent pools, and you can see all the different kinds of pools that we have. One is the hosted Mac OS, hosted Mac OS High Sierra, and this is the same stuff that we saw in the slide. So if I go to the hosted, you can see that I currently have an agent for the agent hosted here, and there are different agents which are available as well. So these are kind of idle, nobody's currently using it right now, and you can see all the details. And similarly, if I go back to the agent pools, if I go to the hosted Windows 2019, you can see that I have this particular agent with all these different details. So you can see like it can be used for the Docker. So this is the path containing that environment for the Docker compose, was the image being used, and all the details is actually sitting in over here for this particular agent. So you can see all these different stuffs. And if you go back to this particular agent pool, there is something called as default, which I have not touched at all. So the default agent pool is something which is used for your own agent. Again, guys, this is something that we'll be talking later in this course. Actually, we need to create our own agent. This is our custom agent. You can see there is something called as new agent. If I select this, you can see that I can create a new agent, and then I can start working with it. So don't worry about it yet. We'll be working about creating a new agent in our upcoming videos of this course. But as of now, this is what is this particular agent pool and stuff. Again, going back to the build steps, if I see that it's actually in the VM image of Ubuntu latest, if I want to use like a Windows, then I can just choose like Windows of latest, which means it's going to take the latest version of Windows. And then I'm just going to run this particular guy. So once I run this, the latest version of Windows currently is Visual Studio 2019 version of Windows, I guess. So it's going to run in that particular build agent. So I can see that it is currently running in hosted Windows Server 2019. See, once I do that, it's showing me that it's running this particular job over here. And once I see the details, it is currently running the code for me over here, and you can see it is currently restoring the NuGet, and it is now in the D colon, guys. It's not in the Ubuntu's path, rather it is in D colon. But now you may be wondering how our copy files and publish build artifact is going to work. It is going to work without any problem, and the reason is because we have specified in an environment variable instead of the hard-coded value. So you can see that now I get the drop folder as well, and if I go and view the contents, it's exactly the same content that we saw before in our previous videos. Starting our next video, we'll create our own custom build agent for our local machine in my Windows operating system, and we'll see how we can make use of the local agent to execute our build and create a copy of code within our local machine.